Hari Om, Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 8, Akshara Brahma Yoga, Imperishable Brahman, verse 9. In the last verse, Bhagwan Krishna said about Abhyasa Yoga, that is, practice. Practice makes everything perfect. Arjuna, practice meditation continuously and consistently. Never allow the mind to wander on various thoughts. Focus on Bhagwan Krishna, the Supreme Purusha. Then you shall reach him. That is what Bhagwan Krishna said in verse 8. Now, before getting into this verse, can anyone measure the earth with a 15-inch scale, which is there in the geometry box? The school going children, 7th, 8th standard children, used to carry one geometry box. Can you measure with that scale the entire earth? Impossible. You can only imagine, okay, earth will be much bigger. What about measuring the sun with the same scale? Sun is 100 times bigger than earth, approximately. So how can you measure that sun with a 15-inch scale? Impossible. You can only imagine. The entire universe is a speck of Bhagavan Krishna. So now this verse, Bhagavan Krishna is going to describe about his nature for us to meditate. But it is very, very difficult. But he gives an indication how Bhagavan Krishna is. What is the nature of Bhagavan Krishna? Kavim Purana Manushashidaram Anoraniyam Manusmaredyaham Sarvasya Tadharam Achintya Rupam Adityavarnam Tamasah Parastat. Bhagavan is saying, Kavim. Kavim Purana Manushashidaram. Kavim. Kavim means Bhagavan Krishna is omniscient, all knowledge. Those days, these kavis, they call kavi, that is, most intelligent people who can predict the future. They are not afraid of anything. Not like today's cine song writers. According to the tune, they write the poetry or the song. Those days, they were not afraid. Kalidas and others. They were not afraid of anything. And they know the future also. They can predict the future. All knowledge. Bhagavan Krishna is, he says, Kavim. Bhagavan Krishna is in the heart of every insect, birds, animals, human beings, and devas also. Without his presence, no knowledge is ever possible. Beauty of knowledge is no one can say in any subject that this is the final. Okay, sir, I know everything, sir. Any subject you take. No one can say. Even the best scientist, even the best heart surgeon cannot say I know everything. Because every day there is an improvement. Every day there is a change. Knowledge goes on increasing. You cannot see an end to knowledge. If somebody says, I have reached the end of this particular subject, knowledge, this is the end, then he is the greatest fool. Because every day it grows. See the present world with your own eyes. The things that were there a decade ago, it's all dead and gone. Nothing is available today. The phone with a dial, it's not there. Today something is there and it will also go after a decade. Knowledge is ever growing and there is no end to knowledge. But the beginning and end of knowledge on any subject is Bhagavan Krishna. Saint Thiruvalluvar says, Katradanal Aya Payaninkol Valadivan Natral Torar Enin. That is, what he says is, What is the use of any learning if you do not surrender to the feet of all knowledge? He says, what is the use of any learning? Everything is a waste if you do not surrender to the feet of all knowledge. That is indirectly Bhagwan Krishna. Then Bhagwan Krishna says, Puranam. Kavim Puranam. Kavim Puranam ma Anushashidaram. Puranam. Bhagwan Krishna is the most ancient. Who else can be most ancient? Oldest man, oldest God, you can say. He is the creator of this universe. He is the one from whom even the principle of time has emerged out. Time started only after the universe is created. Swami Chinmayananda beautifully says, time exists in consciousness. Consciousness was before time. Before the birth of time, consciousness was there. That is why minimum time is called second and not the first. Why are we saying wait a second and not saying wait a first? Because time is not the first. Time is always the second. He beautifully explains this. We have already seen this in detail in chapter 2 verse 24. So anybody who wants to know about this, what is ancient, please see my video in chapter 2 verse 24. What is meant by most ancient? Chinmayananda has beautifully, Swami Chinmayananda ji has explained. So again I am not explaining. So the question is, the minimum measure of time is second, not first. That is the point. The first is consciousness, which was there before the time started. So that is the point. Then Anushasidaram, that is under whose orders, on fear of whom the nature properly is doing its duties. Man can only predict the behavior of nature. He can never control it. You can predict the earthquake. You can predict tsunami. You can predict the storm which is likely to hit. Only you can reasonably predict. You can't accurately predict. It is likely to hit. That's what you can say. But who controls everything? Why the planets are going in their own path? Why not they move from one path to another path? For example, you are driving your car 100 kilometer speed. Then suddenly you see on the highway there is a fast tag lane. 20 lanes are there. What you do? First you enter first lane. Finally you get out of 20th lane. Because you move from one lane to another. Oh, this is going fast, this is going fast, this is going fast. Then 20th lane you will stand there for half an hour because the lorry before you, he will be arguing with that counter fellow. So finally you will see all the 20 cars moving fast in that first lane. Similarly, planets also can do, no, but they are not doing it. They are going in their own path. Whatever is the path given to them, they are following it. Why? Under whose orders? Why are they fearing? They can also change their lanes. They can go from Earth can go to the Saturn's lane, and Saturn can come to Earth lane. But they are not doing it. Why? Whom are they fearing? Because it is Bhagwan Krishna. Not only that, individual level, whether it is insect, bird or animal or human being, because of whose presence everything is working in your body. If Bhagwan Krishna is not there, after the king leaves the kingdom, after the king leaves, the kingdom will crash. He is the ruler. That is why Anushasidaram. Then Anoraniyam, that is subtler than the subtlest. In fact, subtlest than the subtlest. That is the correct word, I think. Smallest than the smallest. The subtlest thing pervades everything. Swami Chinmayananda again beautifully explains this. You take an ice cube. To explain this concept, you keep the ice cube in the fridge. It occupies less space. Then when it melts, It occupies a larger space. It pervades more space than its previous form, that is solid. Then you heat that water, it becomes gas. That gas occupies more space than water. The subtlest thing, if you go on like this, the subtlest thing you and I know is space. Because space pervades everything. Every planet, sun, moon, stars, yeah, whatever you take, they all exist in space. We are also existing in space. We are occupying some space and we are going to be here for some time. So space is the subtlest thing. The subtler than the subtler than the subtlest is the Narayana, Bhagavan Narayana, the consciousness in you, which pervades even space. Swami Chinmayananda ji says, space is one speck of Bhagwan Krishna. That is what Anoradiyam. Oh, I said so. Then Sarvasya Dataram. That is, Bhagwan Krishna is the one who supports and sustains everything. Cotton supposed, example, he gives an example. Swami Chinmayananda again. Cotton supports the shirt. When there is no cotton, then there is no shirt. Support means the very material cause by which the thing exists. Another example he gives is gold ornaments are supported by gold. Another third example, the unmoving movie screen, without which you cannot see the movie in the theater. It supports the movie. Bhagavan Krishna is a substratum because of whom all the living and non-living things exist in this universe. If we take at our level, we need support from birth to death. Even after death, we need support of four people to carry us to the graveyard. So the only reliable support for our life is Bhagavan Krishna. Without him, naturally, we will be dead and gone. Then finally, Bhagavan says, Achintya Rupam. How can you draw a picture of Bhagavan Krishna? Just imagine this. His Rupam is not even available for imagination. Try and draw a picture with all the descriptions given above, all knowledge. Then all knowledge, ancient, most ancient. Then ruler, greatest ruler. With this, whatever has been said earlier, you have to draw a picture. It is impossible. It is beyond the intellect. Can you draw the picture of a full earth? How can you? You can only place a globe and say this is the earth. A small globe in the classroom. They will show this is the earth. They will rotate it also. Or a map. If you have to draw the complete earth with trees, rivers, stones, etc., etc., it is impossible. You need a bigger canvas. Yet to be found. That is nothing like drawing the entire picture of earth. Impossible to draw by anybody. Similarly, describing Bhagavan Krishna, it is impossible. Achintya Rupam. The entire universe is a speck of Bhagavan Krishna. Then how will you draw Bhagavan Krishna? Even in your imagination. That is what, when he says Achintya Rupam, he is not even available for imagination. Very difficult. Not available in the sense, very difficult. Aditya Varnam. Bhagavan is self-effulgent. He is a luminous person. Naturally. The sun, I need not have to tell you, sun is luminous. Then you will think, this fellow is an idiot. He goes on describing the sun. If I tell you about sun, you get irritated. How can I tell you about Bhagavan Krishna, saying that he is self-luminous? Sun is like a 0-watt bulb or a LED lamp before Bhagavan Krishna. Or a distant star, I can say. In the night, if you see a small star somewhere here, in the cities you cannot see. But if you go to some village, you can see some stars. Sun is like a star before Bhagwan Krishna. Sun is the source of all energy for this earth. Not only is the illuminator of this earth, he is also the source of food, energy, and whatnot. Everything is based on the sun. If sun is not there, then the life on earth is not there. Similarly, Bhagavan Krishna is the source of power. He is not only luminous, he is the source of power for all of us, for entire universe. So he is Aditya Varna. Tamasa Parasta, that is Bhagavan Krishna, if he is there, where is the question of ignorance? Automatically ignorance will vanish. When light is there, how can darkness exist there? When Bhagavan Krishna is there in your heart, when you are even meditating on Bhagavan Krishna, where is the question of ignorance coming there? It cannot be there, it cannot exist. In a pitch dark room, if you light a small lamp, then the naturally darkness will immediately vanish. It is not that it will take some 10 minutes to go out. The instant it will vanish. Similarly, when Bhagavan Krishna comes in your heart, there cannot be a question of ignorance existing in you. That is what you have to anusmaret. You have to contemplate. Bhagavan himself said in chapter 2, verse 29, Bhagavan says, Ascharyavat pashyadi kaschidенam Ascharyavat vadati tadaiva chanyagam Ascharyavat chainam anyashunoti Shrutvapyenam vedana chaiva kaschidem. Bhagavan says, one sees this as a wonder. One speaks this self as a wonder. Another hears this self as a wonder. But none understands this at all. Similarly, trying to understand Bhagavan Krishna, it's a very difficult thing. Again, verse 9. Kavim Purana Manushashidaram Anoraniyam Manusmaredyaham Sarvasya Tadaramajintya Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parastat. Next verse we will see tomorrow. Harihom Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. Narayana 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 Narayana